Now, here's an opinion that I appreciate, and this really stems back to the core reason of why I make these videos to begin with, and it goes like this. Please don't stop making these. They keep me sober. I rewrite my story every single time I watch your videos, and it keeps me sober. Thank you. Thank you. And I can't tell you how much I appreciate that. And not just this comment, but the hundreds of comments that I get that are similar to this. And this is really the reason why these videos are made. And this is the first time seeing me. Well, I was married to my wife for 25 years, and unfortunately, she succumbed to alcohol use disorder about 4.5 years ago. And a lot of this page tells about the stories in very intimate details. And there is a segment of the population that has a problem with that, and they're very reactionary. And all I can say is, for the people that it doesn't resonate with or who have not been in that experience, this page actually requires a degree of critical thinking, and it goes beyond just simply telling the stories or sounds like disparaging of my wife, because that's not what it's all about at all. It's about creating stories that resonate with people who are targeted, that it targets, and that would be alcoholics, recovering alcoholics, and their families, because my perspective is a rare perspective. It's a perspective from a family member who saw every level of addiction in a spouse, tried every angle, every possibility to save that person, and ultimately that person wasn't able to save themselves, being my wife of 25 years. So let's continue the conversation. I also have to address the rude comments or the condescending comments or the mostly comments that are just coming from very inexperienced people, or who have had a different type of experience with their loved one, or they're a recovering alcoholic themselves and they just don't want to hear the truth. I get a lot of that too. And unfortunately, I do tell the truth, and it's a very black and white type of thing. Look, if you're going to continue to drink, it's going to escalate, and it will ruin your life. It's going to ruin your relationships. It's going to ruin your health. It's going to ruin your productivity. It's going to ruin every aspect of your life. There's no beating around that. There's no halfway. And a lot of part of it is, society itself. We are showered with alcohol from the time practically since we're born. I mean, I live in a town called Temecula. There's 40 wineries in this town in Southern California. And we have so many housewives that walk around. They have a baby in one hand and a glass of wine in the other. I mean, that's almost like the poster child for this town. And from my narrative, from my perspective, that's not actually something we should be doing. I don't think we need to be walking around as housewives with glasses of wine in our hand, because it doesn't. I mean, our children see that and they think that's okay. Once in a while. I mean, I'm not a teetotaler, but I think we need to keep it in check, and I think we need to spend less time, relying on alcohol, because there's really no good end to it. And I think we need to put alcohol in a different perspective. There are times that it's okay, and there's times that it's not, and we need to rethink it. And again, the videos that I talk about with my wife, I mean, the disparaging remarks, like, well, I mean, she did get drunk on our vacations. It was really horrible experiences. I mean, she had to be taken out of restaurants. She had to be taken out of bars. She had to be taken off of boats. If you've listened to me, and it was very, very embarrassing and very difficult to go through. She had 4 DUIs. She was arrested, incarcerated a number of times. She smashed up every car she ever owned. She drove through the front of our house. I mean, on and on. The drama never ended. And at this point, it really has nothing to do with myself or my family. It's not about that. It's about, reliving these to help other people. And, on that note, I mean, her memoir called Amanda, A Cautionary Tale of Alcoholism, is really the reason why I do a lot of this, is to expose and to broaden the narrative of alcohol use disorder and the disruption that it does on society, on our families, on our lives. And it's important to have this conversation and to make it bigger and bigger and bigger, because we need to have a different viewpoint of what this drug does to our world and to our families. And I think that's important. And this is why I do this. So again, Amanda, A Cautionary Tale of Alcoholism. It's a narrative of my wife's passing, her life, our life together. There's a lot of good stuff in here. A lot of people ask me, you never write anything good about her. Well, there's lots of good stuff. Certainly early years. I mean, she was a very loving, empathetic, kind, funny, intelligent person. And that will come across in the book. And it's very important to relive that. And again, right now it's live. You can go to the link in my link tree above, go to the website, and the PayPal button to pre-order the book is live right now. If you live in the United States, it's the best way. If you live outside the United States, you might want to wait for either Amazon, which will be December 12th, or to get the ebook after December 12th. On that note, again, thanks so much for listening, and hope you enjoy the book.